Here we go, y'all. I'm just getting my thoughts together, getting my life in order, thinking. Here we go. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. This is Tarot Talk. These are Tarot Tings, and I'm your host, Boogie Down Bronx. And I'm here to take care of everybody for the Venus Retrograde reading. Hey, you like that? Venus retrograde is upon us. If you don't know what Venus retrograde is, if you don't know what a retrograde is, it is when a planet appears to be moving backwards in the solar system, which can cause some miscommunications. It can cause some confusion. The most common retrograde you guys probably hear about is Mercury retrograde, which is the main one for the communication errors, the errors on social media, mechanical errors, things breaking down. But with Venus is associated with attraction, love, relationships, our morals, our values, things that we find attractive in ourselves or in other people. And so retrograde can cause breakups, separations at this time, can cause you to see imbalances or imperfections in your relationship dynamics. This is not just in romance. This is in all relationships. This is in family, especially co-workers, business. This is in friendships. This is in any personal relationships you may feel that there is some type of dynamic shift, or there's something that you're not seeing as clearly, or you're not agreeing upon in your relationships. So the Venus retrograde will most likely affect the most Libras, Capricorns, Aries, and Cancers, the cardinal signs, because this Venus retrograde is in Capricorn. So if you're watching this right now, you are seeing it early access, because my patrons usually get my early access content before I release it on YouTube. So I will be releasing it on YouTube on the actual day that the retrograde starts, which is not until December 19th. So you're seeing it very early. This is when we're in the shadow period where things are kind of ramping up for it. We also have the eclipse tomorrow. So thank you guys for supporting me, that you get to see it early access. I really appreciate it. And so, you know, you'll be prepared a little bit more than other people might for advice and things to expect. So the first thing I want to tap into is, I'm going to look at these notes on my phone. For the Venus retrograde, I want to start with the astrology before we get into the actual cards here I have for the reading. Okay. Because this is going to be a full rounded reading. This is going to be my usual on Patreon, how I do the love month ahead reading plus a Venus retrograde reading. So it's a double dosage. But Venus retrograde in Capricorn, it's from December 19th officially to, I think, January 29th. So we got a while. All right. So it's important for mostly all the signs to take these things into consideration. Do not start new relationships if you can help it, especially like jumping into relationships impulsively. Don't make major impulsive changes to your appearance. Make major impulsive purchases. Don't do anything impulsive, really. Okay? This is a time where you are reassessing your current relationships and if they are going to play a part in your future. Capricorn energy is an earth sign. It cares about stability. It cares about reputation. It cares about status. It cares about longevity and goals. So with Venus being retrograde in Capricorn, you're really reassessing who's playing a part in your image. Do these people that I hang out with make me look good, make me look better, or do they make me look like trash? You know, do they have the same values that I have as far as like, you know, whatever is important to you, if that's respect, if that's loyalty, if that's honesty, if that's, you know, however you want to show up in the world, do your relationships mirror that? Are your relationships are a representation of you, but are they that in the way that you want them to be? Okay. So again, the dates to remember, you have the shadow period, which is November 18th, which already started officially today. November 18th to December 18th, which is where the buildup is happening before the actual retrograde. Then you have the retrograde from December 19th to January 29th. And then you have the second shadow period, which is the post-shadow period, January 30th to March 2nd. So it's like, we're going to be in this energy for a while. That sounds so long. March 2nd? Jesus, okay. Anywho, Wow. So now let's get into briefly, I'm going to go through all the signs real quick before we get into the tarot, because we have a lot of ground to cover. So I'm not going to spend too much time in the astrology of it all. We're going to really go into the advice and the energy of what's coming up, of what all the signs, where it's hitting for all the signs. And pay attention specifically to your sun and rising signs. And that's where this Venus retrograde will impact you the most. So Aries all the way to Pisces. So Aries, the Venus retrograde is happening in your 10th house. So you may have some changes, some alterations, or be thinking about taking some changes in your public reputation, your work, your long-term career, your status, and things of that nature. Taurus, this is happening in your 9th house of spirituality. So you may have reassessment or be experiencing changes in regards to travel, spirituality, knowledge, learning new things. You may be going on a new spiritual journey. And when I say changes, change is a very neutral term. Change can be either good or bad depending on what you associate change with. But just know it could be some type of alteration there for everybody. Gemini, happening in the 8th house, death, resources, intimacy, other people's resources, merging, sex. So there can be some changes there. Not to scare anyone, but death is a natural part. This doesn't have to be a physical death. It can be, but it could be more so metaphorical, where something you feel you're shedding old layers of yourself and attracting something new. Cancer, this retrograde may hit you the hardest as far as your relationships go, because it's happening in your 7th house. So your 7th house is also the house of open enemies. So you may be really blatantly shown who is just plain old bad for you, not good for you at all. Okay. So 7th house, past people may come back to Cancers, most likely in the next few months. Okay, past relationships, but these people are most likely enemies, people that are there to hurt you, people that don't have your best intentions, but a lot of relationship changes happening for you during this Venus retrograde, of all kinds. Next, we have Leo, 6th house. So your work, your daily routines, your money, even your health may be undergoing some changes at this time. You shouldn't make any major purchases, any major changes to your work life. You could just be thinking about making those changes. We have Virgo, 5th house. So changes in your romantic life. Past people may come back to Virgo as well. Not the best time for having children. Not the best time for spending and splurging on luxury items. Past flings maybe trying to reach out to you as well, like people that you weren't committed to, but people that wanted to just, get with you, lay with you type of thing. But yeah, the romance or your creativity changes undergoing and what creativity means to you. Okay, next we have Libra, happening in the 4th house of your home life, family matters, the mother, your personal life, your private life, emotional changes there that people may not see happening beneath the surface. What emotional stability looks like to you is undergoing some changes. So especially you don't need to make any changes to your appearance at this time if you can help it. Next, we have Scorpio, especially Scorpio risings like me. It's happening in your 3rd house of communication, short distance travel, siblings. Pay attention to the close relationships around you. Your relationship to communication with the people in your immediate circle may change. The way that you want people to communicate with you may change. Something may come up with your siblings, some, communication changes with your siblings, or a short distance travel trip may come up, or, something along the lines of a disruption in a short distance travel trip. Next, we have Sagittarius. This is happening in your 2nd house of finances, money, stability, self-worth. So you're really re-examining, what does stability look like to you? What does it mean to actually be financially secure? What have you been tying your self-worth to? That was what your exact reading was about, and that's what the Venus retrograde is going to be showing you. So that reading I just did for Sag is going to last all the way, throughout the retrograde, about where your values have lied, where you've placed too much attachment to things that aren't, that don't matter, instead of what really matters. We have Capricorn. Capricorn, this is happening in your first house, your personal life, your physical body, your identity, your point of view, sexual identity, personal interests. You know, you're the star of the show, Capricorn, Venus retrograde in Capricorn. So anything may change in regards to how you want to be seen, how you are showing up in the world. Maybe you're having a different name for yourself, an alter ego type of thing. Or you're really rebranding yourself, your life, your approach to the world, the approach to how people see you or how you see other people. Aquarius, this is happening in your 12th house, the subconscious mind. Okay, this is a time for Aquarius really to just chill out, want to lay low, kind of be behind the scenes instead of out in the open, really just getting into your subconscious, healing your mind, what's going on beneath the surface. Past relationships are likely to come back towards Aquarius as well. But this is the house of hidden enemies. So it's not easy to tell who doesn't have your best intentions. Like with Cancer, they'll be able to see more clearly who's bad for them. With Aquarius, you may not even see it coming. So you need to just not really trust anybody right now. Just keep to yourself, lay low, you know, kind of go into hibernation, go into hermit mode, and until February, March, you know, then start fresh, basically, or until you feel comfortable. Okay, just lay low. Pisces energy, well, also for Aquarius, you know, take care of your health because there could be some health things that come up with you and Leo. But Pisces, this is happening in your 11th house of social media, friend groups, hopes, wishes, dreams. So the way that you approach your friendships may be changing. What you need from your friends is changing. What you find attractive in friendships in your social groups is changing. Maybe certain friends you got along with at one point, now you're like, I don't know about these friends. They make me look bad type of thing. Or they don't have my back like I have their back. So changes along those lines, or something in regards to social media and how you show up online on social media. Okay, so that's where it's happening for everybody, Venus retrograde. So now we can look into the tarot and see the nitty gritty, the love, okay, what everybody came here for. So I have two piles here. This first pile, the Labradorite, is if you are single, not talking to anybody, not entertaining anyone, none of that, and not in a relationship. And this pile is for those who are talking to someone, in a relationship, entangled, situationship, whatever you are. You have somebody. Okay, so we're gonna look at the singles first, and I'll timestamp this so we can, you know, have a separation there. Yeah, let's see what's going on for the singles, what you can expect under this Venus retrograde coming towards you. Okay. It's interesting how you don't have anyone, but you have the marriage card. You're getting married to yourself. So you have keep an open mind. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So for you singles out there, if you are in a place where you're thinking about love, but you're not quite ready yet, for many of you, I think you're single, but you're still healing, or you're still in the process of either getting over someone else or trying to open up your heart. You have, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. But I think the main thing comes to you in knowing that, you know, okay, what was I going to say? I kind of forgot. I kind of lost my train of thought for a minute. Is knowing that everything isn't going to always play out with who you think it will. That's why you have let go of control issues here. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. For many of you, a specific person that you are going to be in union with, or like the person that you really, really want, or you need rather, the person that you've been dreaming of, you've been wishing for, is closer than you think. They're somewhere in your vicinity here, but you guys are just not on the same page yet. Either you don't see them like that yet, or they don't see you like that. Awakening. Both people in this connection are undergoing spiritual transformations. So this is not by any means telling you to lower your standards, but it is telling you that some of you may be expecting your knight in shining armor to be somebody else, maybe somebody from your past, or, you know, somebody that you are expecting to show up, but it's actually not going to be you know, it's going to be somebody completely different. Maybe this person is like a different ethnicity than you expected. This is a person who's different, looks a little bit different than you expected. Something about your expectations surrounding a person that is everything that you're desiring is going to be different, and you're going to have to kind of keep an open mind, knowing that, you know, it's not always going to be every single thing that you thought, but it can be better than you expected. Okay, you have marriage. This relationship is moving towards a sacred union. For those of you who are single, whoever this person is that you're keeping an open mind about, or you're supposed to keep an open mind in regards to, this is going to be something very solid and stable for you both. You have intuition. You already know the answer you seek. So some of you, if you are single, you don't have anybody that you're connecting with yet, or some of you could have a person in mind, but you're still single. You're not actually talking to this person. Maybe you just have some type of guard up where you're just not sure if you should start to open up to this person yet. So I think the main thing is just moving slow and moving at your own pace, and not trying to control anything, not trying to control your feelings for the situation. If you feel your feelings are growing for someone over the next few months, you feel like you met someone very special, you're trying to control how fast this goes or how slow this goes, you have to let go of your control to the situation. And then you have regret. Someone feels remorse for the way that they treated you. So somebody feels some type of regret for hurting you in the past. Not sure if they're going to actually express this regret or remorse to you. But the main message here for you singles at this time is to try to keep an open mind about love, and knowing that love comes in all different sizes, shapes, forms, more than you would expect. So it could be like a type of situation where you go from friends with somebody to more, or you feel some type of attraction starting to grow for someone that you didn't expect. Okay, this is mainly for single people. You know that you don't have anyone right now, and so this is telling you that love is going to kind of take you by surprise, and you are going to be tempted to close yourself off, shut down, hide, run away, control the situation. Just continue to keep an open mind, and let things unfold naturally, because many of you are going to meet a very significant life partnership or a long-term commitment type of person, but you are going to be tempted to try to control it, and Spirit said no. Don't do that. Just take your time. Don't rush it. Don't try to push it away. Just let it be. Ride the wave when this comes to you. All right. So next we have the relationship pile, or situation, people dealing with people pile. Oh, that's not good. Help. Oh, geez. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no. Okay, so we have separation, time apart from your partner is on the horizon, whether this is temporary or permanent. You have attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. And then you have finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So a reason why you and someone may be on the outs, or may be separating at this time, or may have some difficulties, is because there's someone that needs to focus more on their career life, or there's an imbalance in finances causing friction in the relationship here. Or there's an issue with some type of either attraction, physically, emotional, mental, or it's hard to be in the moment with this person. So you have the play hard card. Find time to laugh, goof off, and enjoy each other. Now, I don't feel like this separation can, separation might be able to be prevented for some of you. Possibly. Let me see what it says here. If this separation can be prevented. If it can, I'm gonna clarify. Yes, I really do think it can be. Okay, let's see. Anything else for those dealing with somebody, talking to someone about this separation card here? Anything else about the separation card? I don't know. I feel like it's temporary, though. I feel like it is temporary. But the main thing is here for many of you with the, okay. So for why you guys are having a separation here, passion, try something you've never done before. I think some people are a little bit feeling a little bit stifled in the relationship, like maybe they've been too restricted here in the connection. They don't have enough time to have fun with their friends, or you guys don't laugh as much, or aren't having as much fun because things have been so serious, or somebody has been weighed down by their issues or their problems. And so maybe you guys just feel like you need a little break to figure out what lights you up, who you are outside of the relationship with each other, or if you haven't had as much time to do the things that you enjoy, you're like, okay, the separation will give me a chance to figure out what I find exciting, what makes me laugh, what do I like to do. If the separation can't be prevented by this heart-to-heart conversation, honestly discuss your feelings with each other, because some of you haven't been opening up about like the fact that you feel like you have to sacrifice for your partner, or you haven't had time to like really live your life, or you want to do things outside of your relationship that you haven't tried before you commit or before you move forward. This is a conversation that needs to be had, okay? And then you have healing. Old wounds and childhood issues need revisiting. I feel like for some of you, if you're dealing with this one feels kind of separate than these things over here. This one might lead to a more long-term separation if you feel like you're not really ready for a relationship, you're not healed yet. But a heart-to-heart conversation will change everything, whether this means you two will decide mutually separation is best, or you will decide that you need a break from each other, or you want to focus on some other things for a minute and then figure out if you'd like to come back together. Okay, so the cards just say what they say. I can't really go around that and tell you like, oh yeah, that doesn't mean separation. The separation card is clearly right there. So let's see what other themes are going to be very prominent over this Venus retrograde for everyone here. And then we'll get some other cards. What other themes are prominent for Venus retrograde for everyone at this time? All signs watching. What other themes are prominent for Venus retrograde? You have they will reach out. Somebody's reaching out. Past person, most likely. Confession. Blessing in disguise. Whatever happens, it is a blessing in disguise. You are protected. I forgot to tell y'all the protection card was here. Yeah, protected. For those of you who go through a separation or something that happens unexpectedly, you are safe and divinely guided. But there could be some type of, well, it's not at the bottom anymore. The unrequited love card was at the bottom. Some imbalances here. What else is coming towards everyone towards the Venus retrograde? Okay, the truth will come out. What is the truth coming out about? What is the truth coming out about? Hidden enemy. Cancers. Aquarius. Crying or release. Okay, so you are going to see a lot of who has your best interests at heart, who doesn't have your best interests at heart. Hidden enemies are way worse than open enemies, I tell you, because those are ones you don't see coming. They're like horrible. What else do we have for Venus retrograde? Okay. And then I'll tell you everything that's coming out here, because there's a lot of cards to put together. Deep, intimate connection. Separation is at the bottom. On the bottom of that, you have there's something better. Communication coming in under that. For some of you, there is an inevitable separation that has been a long time coming, or it's like you really realize that there's no hope for a certain connection. Now, again, this is not going to be for everybody. You have it'll break your heart, but for some of you, you know that you just know that it's not going to work, and it's a hard realization. The cards are right here. So again, you have hidden enemy, you have the truth will come out, you have confession, you have blessing in disguise. Okay, so for many of you, I'm kind of picking up on like there is no third party card that's came out yet, but it could be something along the lines of a third party. I'm going to clarify with the tarot in a moment to see what this confession is in regards to. But you are going to really feel kind of like this sense of betrayal for some of you when you hear about what a certain person has done or about what a certain person thinks or feels. Maybe you're like, it's very unexpected. You didn't know that somebody felt this way. And so therefore, even though hidden enemy doesn't always mean somebody's just maliciously intenting on purpose, you know, even if somebody hurts you, you may look at them as an enemy, like, because they hurt you, regardless if they're trying to or not. So, you know, it's something that you'll have to release or cry over, fight about. But, you know, somebody will reach out to you about this and, you know, speak about whatever it is. You have job loss or decrease. You have fight for it. So for some of you, you are going to try to fight for this, or, you know, you may be tempted to, but at some point you may see that it's a lost cause or it's too late, you're too far gone, and a job loss or decrease may be coming about for you. But you have other things here about change. You have the numbers here that will be significant: 77, 50, 555. The only constant is change. Reminder, you are always on the right path, and the caterpillar becomes a butterfly. So whatever happens with the changes in your connection, you have deep, intimate connection. There's somebody here that you'll have a very deep connection with, or there'll be a shift here with your relationship. Doesn't have to be romantic, where you know that the relationship is changing or it's changed. Okay, it is changed, but this is meant to, whatever happened, it is meant to happen. You are safe and divinely guided. You are protected. It was supposed to happen that way. Whatever happens, it's supposed to happen. I don't know how to emphasize that enough. Whatever happens, it was supposed to happen. Whatever happens, it's supposed to happen. So, you know, don't try to change it, fight it, go around it. It's what's supposed to happen this way. Trust the process. Trust the breakup. Trust the separation. Trust the argument. Trust the anger that comes out. Trust the words, whatever it is, okay? Hey, yo. 222. Very much. There's love there. There's love there in relationships, but love is not enough to keep a relationship together. Love is not the glue. Love is, you know, it can be a part of the bond, but love, there's so many other things that come into play. And that's what you guys are realizing with all your relationships. There's something missing. For many of you, you're realizing there's something missing that somebody cannot offer you, or it's just not going to be there, or you've been asking for it. Okay, so what else do we have? What's coming towards? Oh, that's a blessing in disguise. What truth is coming out for everyone under the Venus retrograde? Sun card in reverse. Yeah, the devil card, Capricorn. Some of you may have a mother involved in the situation, or a child is involved in the situation. Why is the 8 of Cups here? I think others of you are realizing that you've been putting your life on hold for somebody or some people here. 5 of Pentacles, you feel left out by a person. Okay, so we have a lot of signs here. You could be dealing with these signs or have these signs in your chart. We have Aquarius, we have Sag, we have Leo twice, we have Capricorn, Capricorn, we have Pisces, Taurus, Libra. So these can be your placements or somebody else's placements. All the signs are pretty much here though. But yeah, for what's coming out, what truth is coming out, I think many of you are going to, it's like a really hard place for many of you in Venus retrograde, because you're realizing that, you know, you've been happy to an extent for many of you, but you feel like there's something missing here in your relationship. You're not sure what it is. 4 of Cups. You feel like there's something somebody is not giving you, or there's something that you need to find outside of your relationships. Maybe it's a wound that needs to be healed. Remember, we have the healing card here that came out. So for some of you, you're realizing that somebody doesn't have what you need in some capacity. And so therefore, you have to be very honest with yourself and say, okay, am I going to stay in this situation where, you know, this is okay? But in a sense, you may feel like you're settling, or you could be happier, or you feel like you're trying to convince yourself to stay, like you're trying to talk yourself into staying somewhere, or this is how someone else feels. 8 of Cups, but you are tempted to walk away and figure out what else happiness looks like for you, or you feel like you need to go towards something else. Okay, and so you're trying to find the balance. It's kind of like one of those things like, I love you, but I can't be with you, or I love you, so I need to let you go. That's really what the energy is. Again, this is not just romantic. This is family, friends. Somebody feels hindered from achieving their dreams. Anything else? Anything else? For the 8 of Cups, before we look at some advice, some affirmations. Ace of Pentacles, the Lovers, Gemini. You got the Lovers, you got the Ace of Pentacles. Again, some of you, like, somebody needs to walk away to really figure out what they want. It's really giving Whitney Houston, and I Will Always Love You. It's like, it feels like blindsided for some of you, but somebody here is not as content as they put on to be, or you or them is going to realize that they're missing something in the relationship that they know they cannot ignore any longer. And so therefore they need to, or you need to, figure out what exactly that is. Maybe you know already what it is, maybe you don't. Maybe you're trying to figure out if it's something the person can give you, or something you can get from somebody else, or if it's something you need to give to yourself. There's so many questions about what it is that you need from your relationships, what is non-negotiable for you. Because as humans, we are allowed to change. We are supposed to change our priorities. Capricorn is about standards. You are supposed to change your mind, your standards. As you evolve and grow, there are certain things you know that you need more of in a relationship, that you know you cannot compromise, that you know some people cannot give you. And so for many of you, that is what this Venus retrograde is going to really be about. You're going to be looking at your relationships and saying, this was good at this stage in my life. I'm not here anymore. I'm over here. You're still over here. You may tell these people things like, and people can get offended by that. Be like, I'm not as satisfied as I was in the beginning. I'm not happy anymore to some extent. And they're like, oh, well, I'm just not good enough for you, or, I didn't do anything for you this whole time. That's not true. But as humans, we grow and our needs change. What we find attractive changes. We realize things that are missing. If we never knew what was missing, or we didn't have anything that was missing in our relationships, we would never know what else we wanted, right? Because the only way to know what you want is by what you don't have. So that's what this Venus retrograde is telling you. It's like looking at your relationships like something is missing. Can you give that to me? Or do I need to give that to myself? Or does somebody else need to give that to me? That's what it is. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Hold on, my bad. This one says you're on the right path again, but here we go. What's the affirmations of advice for everyone under this Venus retrograde? Make an adjustment. Some of you do need to adjust something, though. Wait, one more card. Sorry, too many cards fell out. One more. Okay. It is safe to relax. The universe has your back. Your divine purpose is to enjoy life. Make an adjustment. Pay attention to how you start your days and end your days. Create a healthy routine that inspires and balances you. Yeah, I think you're making those adjustments to figure out where or how much of certain people you want to be in your life, if you want them to be in your life at all. What's the last cards for advice? What's the last cards for advice for everyone under this Venus retrograde? What's the last cards of advice for everyone under this Venus retrograde? So figure out what's missing. Think about what's missing and be honest. If you don't be honest with yourself about what's missing, you'll never get it. You'll never be able to obtain it. Anything else for the Ace of Pentacles? Anything else for the Ace of Pentacles? King of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, this is going to be a really like significant time for you, but it's not necessarily a painful time for all of you. Like the separation for many of you is literally just to figure out what it is you find stability in now. What actually makes you feel stable. Ace of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, King and Queen of Pentacles. Lots of Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy here. Lots of Earth. Lots of financial stability here. For many of you, you do realize you need to get your finances in order before you can focus on a relationship wholeheartedly, or there's a certain foundation you need for yourself or for your relationships where you know you have to take a step back. You have to figure out what's missing in your relationships. You have to figure out what's missing in your own life, in your own finances, in your own backyard before you can fully move forward. Eight of Wands. You have to turn the car around real quick. Chariot card in reverse. You have to take a pause. You have to take a step, a break. You have to reassess where you're at right now. Venus retrograde. Retrogrades are about reassessment. Reassessing what is missing in my life. Can the people in my life give me that? Have I asked them for it yet? No. Well, I need to ask them. No. Well, I need to figure out how to vocalize this. Are these things that I should be giving myself, but I've been relying on other people? Yes, well then I know what I have to do. Are the things that I want instability-wise in my relationships things people can give me, or will it be an argument? If they can't give that to me, I need to set some boundaries. Seven of Wands, I need to step back. I need to figure out what does it look like when I get the things that I want. I'm not asking for too much. I've outgrown certain beliefs. I've outgrown certain standards. I have higher standards now. I have new things that I know make me happy. I've learned new ways of being, new ways of success, and certain people cannot meet those. Therefore, I need to take a step back and start fresh and understand and be honest with myself. Be honest with yourself about who can meet your needs, who can meet your standards, and who just can't do it. That doesn't mean anything's wrong with your standards. That means that people in your life don't have the capacity to. And so therefore, if you don't want to completely get them out of your life, you don't want to exile them, you know that you have to step back. You know that you have to be honest with them and say, look, I'm not fully happy with this. And to an extent, I feel like I'm settling with you in my life to some degree. But say it in your own words. Say it nicely. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. This reading was very longer than I expected, but well worth it. We need this energy, you know. We needed it. Thank you so much, guys. I love you. Hope this Venus retrograde doesn't rock your world too much. I'm praying for my safety and my stability because I got a good thing going on here on my world, like in my side of the world. So just pray for us, everybody. I love you so much. I am at Tarot by Bronx on everything.